So, about a year ago, I separated, up a little over a year ago, I separated from the corporate world. Um, I was working in tech down here in Miami at a startup. And yeah, about a little over a year ago, I left. Well, we separated. And the question was from everyone was like, okay, so, you know, what's next? Um, and shit, honestly, I didn't know. I just knew that I didn't want to, work in corporate. I wasn't really happy, and I knew I didn't want to have a boss, and I necessarily never liked, reporting to people, or a boss. So for the let's say, last year, um, I've been, studying digital marketing, um, e-commerce, and driving Uber on the side. And this one question just keeps coming up, almost every ride. The passenger always, just want to know, so what do you do besides this? And every time I'm like, damn, like I know the question's coming, and I'm like, shit, like nothing, like it's a tough question to answer when you're kind of figuring out your next move. Um, but yeah, that question just always comes up, and it just kind of made me think back on all the times I've been asked that question. It's like when you're just starting out life or going to college, you get, so what do you want to be? What do you want to do? When you are like, for me, it was the next time was when I was, working in the corporate environment and I didn't love my job. So when people ask, what do you do? I didn't want to talk about work. Um, Also, it can kind of go into when you're successful or you found some sort of success in your life. You don't always necessarily want to talk about it. Like, say, the guy that finally worked his ass off, got there, and has a nice watch, has the Lambo, whatever. Everyone wants to know, oh, so what do you do? Like, how did you get it? And you don't necessarily, want to talk about that all the time. But that question, you know, could be, when people ask that question, it could be coming from a place of curiosity. They genuinely want to know what you do, or depending on how you respond to that question, it could be more of like how they are going to, like, what level of respect they're going to give you. Like, say you are, if hey, yeah, I'm a janitor. Not to shit on janitors or anyone, but like, just hey, oh, I'm a janitor. Oh, you can name it, okay, But say, hey, I'm a doctor. Sometimes they could be asking that question just to kind of give you the respect they think you deserve in a way. But I just think there's better questions to ask, to get to know someone. Because what you do don't necessarily define who you are as a person. And I think a lot of times, I think we all get kind of wrapped up in our careers, and even like when I work in corporate, like you go out to get drinks with your coworkers, all you can do is talk about work. And I feel like what you do don't define who you are, um, you know. So a few months ago, I was thinking about that question, what do you do? What do you do? And I kind of got annoyed with it, and so I just started writing a book. And the title of the book is "Don't Ask What I Do." And in that book, I'm kind of just going through and just talking about these things that I'm talking about now, and telling stories about how I went through, or how I answered those questions when they came up, in different settings, like how I felt in those moments. and I'm, in this book I'm going to kind of talk about that, and also I'm going to have um, examples of how other people answer that as well. And along with the book, I'm making this, YouTube videos and starting a social media to kind of show how when people ask that question and how I respond to it, and just kind of like have that conversation, with my passenger or with anyone out in public, wherever I could be. Um, just kind of talk about how that question come up so often and how they responded, because everyone is going through something in their lives, especially right now. Um, and I know that question comes up in all of our lives. So I just kind of want to, you know, see how they answer that question, because everyone was 18 trying to figure out their lives. Everyone might be 34 driving Uber trying to figure out theirs. Who knows? But everyone is going through something. No one's perfect. And yeah, so I'm working on the book. And yeah, so just I guess follow along the journey. The YouTube is Don't Ask What I Do. The Instagram will be tagged. But yeah, follow along the journey. The book will be finished soon. And yeah, if you have any stories or anything that you want me to share, reach out to me, send it to me, and I could feature you in the videos, or we can figure that out. But yeah, y'all, follow, subscribe, and stay tuned.